final 4 teams in the NHL are about to compete for a chance to play in the Stanley Cup Finals. We've got Edmonton and Dallas in the West, New York and Florida in the East. So today we're going to talk about my predictions for these 2 matchups, and we're going to take a look at some hockey cards. This is Rocky Hockey. I'm Brandon. Let's drop the puck. We are going to start off in the Eastern Conference Finals here with the Florida Panthers and New York Rangers. Both these teams have been phenomenal this year and kind of expected to be in this position in the playoffs. 2 top teams in the East and definitely in the league. On Florida, players to watch, I would say we got to start off with Matthew Tkachuk. He's their points leader in the playoffs so far with 10 assists, 4 goals. Carter Verhaeghe leads them in goals with 6. And then Gustav Forsling has their best plus-minus with a +8, which, I don't know. I feel like plus-minus sometimes is a good thing to look at, and then sometimes it can be a little bit misleading, just depending on the situation. But here's a handful of young guns from Florida Panthers, and some of these guys are no longer with Florida, which happens quite a bit with young guns, and they're prospect cards. But there's a nice canvas. Really dig the canvas. Not a huge fan of this year's canvas with the red, but the black variation of this card is quite nice. And then the 2019-2020, I really like with the blue and silver design there at the bottom for the young guns. Here's Denisenko, I think it is. I think that's how it's pronounced. His Young Guns base, as well as the canvas there. This year's Young Guns, I really like this design. Just the black and silver. Black goes with every other color. You don't have to worry about color clashing or something like that when you've got stuff like this with the blue or red, or in this case, we got the Mason Marchment with a little bit of blue and kind of a little purple in there. But Mason Marchment's doing really well, which we might get to him in a little bit here with Dallas in the West. But here's a handful of cards from the New York Rangers. One of them here is Keandre Miller, who has the Rangers' best plus-minus, actually, with +4, which isn't amazing, but just goes to show you, like, the Rangers are in a great spot. They've lost, I think 2 games in the playoffs so far, and their best plus-minus guy in the playoffs is Keandre Miller with +4. So here's the Young Guns checklist, Lafreniere and Kravtsov, and this is the base Young Guns checklist. I think the last time I showed this card in the French variation. The Rangers, their points leader, Vincent Trocheck, has 14 points. Let's see, Chris Kreider has 7 goals, and Mika Zibanejad has 11 assists. So those are the kind of players to watch, I would say, along with this guy, Alexis Lafreniere. He has been kind of having a resurgence this year and playing quite well for the Rangers. Between these 2 teams, I think they're very evenly matched. I think that this will probably go to 6, maybe even 7 games. But for me, I'm going to have to go with the New York Rangers beating the Florida Panthers and moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Next, we're going to take a look at this matchup here in the West. We have the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, who just beat my Colorado Avalanche. The pain is still there, but it was an amazing series. And Dallas is a fantastic team. Some of the players to watch for Dallas, you got to start with Miro Heiskanen. The defenseman has 13 points and leads the team in points here in the playoffs. Wyatt Johnson has 7 goals. Jason Robertson with 9 assists. And then Chris Tanev with a plus-minus of +8. Chris Tanev is just a phenomenal player. I really like him. He seems to be in front of the puck every single play possible. I don't know how many block shots he has, but it has got to be quite a bit, because it seems like every other shot he's getting in front of it. We got to start off with Jake Ottinger, who has just been an absolute phenomenal goaltender this year and in these playoffs, and has just made some amazing saves so far. And he's going to have to do the same thing again here against Edmonton and their high-powered offense, and we will see what they are able to do. We've got this Rhett Gardner from 1920 and the Riley Tufte Young Guns, who's actually now in the Avalanche system. I think he's playing with the Eagles last I heard. And there's the Wyatt Johnson Young Guns, who has been absolutely phenomenal this year. And a couple cards here from Young Guns Canvas, Ty Dellandrea and Thomas Harley. Both horizontal Canvas Young Gun cards. One against the Blues and one against the Avs. Very different from the Dallas, who rolls all four lines basically, and is very evenly balanced. Edmonton is quite different. You've got Leon Draisaitl with an amazing 24 points in the playoffs, which is absolutely crazy, but that's how it's been all year. Zach Hyman has 11 goals, and Connor McDavid with 19 assists. So you put those three guys, maybe throw in Evan Bouchard, who has that plus 10, that's their team. Like, yes, they are deeper than that, but the Oilers, I think, rely on their top guys a lot. So it depends what happens with those top players in this matchup, whether they can keep producing the way they have been and just literally just outrace the Dallas Stars, or if Dallas can shut that top line down or not, especially their power play, which has been amazing. Here's the Stuart Skinner Young Guns. We'll see if he gets the start or not against Dallas. Edmonton, they just beat the Vancouver Canucks, which was an awesome game. I kind of wanted to see Vancouver win, but did not really think that was going to happen. This is the Philip Broberg Young Guns and the Marcus Nemelenin Young Guns. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced or not. The Joel Pearson and the William Langeson Young Guns. So this matchup will start off on Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and say that this will probably go 6 games, and I'm picking the Edmonton Oilers to beat the Dallas Stars in 6. So yeah, those are my picks for the conference finals. We'll see what happens here starting off on Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.